How did Hugh Hefner become involved with the project? Is he co-producer or?
He's now the producer. We upped him from co-producer to producer when he came through with all our music rights in the end.
Very nice.
Yes, the balance of what was owed on the music rights, he picked up and allowed us to finish the film. We first got involved with him when, after Mike Green did the original, funded the original 7 minutes, I was sending it out to major people in the industry, and one of the people I sent it to was Herb Alpert, who had funded my Blacklist film, partially funded that. And so I told him I was doing another documentary, and would he be interested? And he took a look at the 7 minutes and called me and said, we will give you a matching grant. So he did a very generous matching grant, and then I had to go out. I had 1 year to match it, and then he went out, and I had to go out and get the matching money. So I didn't know where I was going to get matching grant for $75,000. So, but I was on the board of the IDA, and Sandra Rausch, who was the then executive of the IDA board, I asked her, you know, you've been around this a long time. Who do you think might be interested in funding this? And she said, you know, Hugh Hefner might, because he's got this big jazz festival, and he certainly loves women, so he seems like a natural. And she put me in touch with his associate, who Dick Rosenzweig, who brought the project to Hef, and they immediately came on board. So that was it.
The fundraiser that you did, how did that happen? And it was at the Playboy Mansion?
Yes. Well, when we got to the point where we had to raise the money for our music rights, I just didn't know which way to turn. So I called Dick up and I said, listen, we need to do some kind of fundraiser to raise the money for the music rights. And do you think that Hef might be willing to do something up at the mansion? I mean, after all, he is the co-producer. He was just co-producer at that time. And he said, well, let me ask him. And of course, Hef said yes. We went up there and we did a fundraiser, and in a small theater they had there, and we raised about half the music rights. And then at the end, I had to start going out and beating on the other doors again and trying to get the rest of the music rights. And so one of the doors that I beat on was Hef's again. I think I sent out an email to my top 10 funders and said, this is the letter I hoped I never would have to send you, but we now are at a stopping place. We cannot release the film until we pay for the music rights. And then a couple of people came back to me with something, and then Hef came in and said, all right, how much more do you need? And I told him, and he said, okay, we'll cover it. And he did. And voila, we were on our way. So now he's the producer. We can't thank him enough. He's been so wonderful, so supportive, and, you know, has never had any kind of hand on, never had anything, told us anything to do with the film, just, you know, go make your film. So that's the best kind of partner you could have.